Hey guys, it's Carly from All the Pretty Books. I know it's been a while. I think I've actually figured out how to start carving out about an hour or two a week to do a video for you guys weekly. So that's going to be what I'm going to be trying to do. I'm also going to try to start posting more regularly again on Instagram. I really have missed my social media people and chatting with you guys. But, you know, as I've said, I think a few times, my life kind of fell apart and I just had to kind of focus inward to get myself in a much better headspace. So I'm doing really well. I have been doing really well. I've just been really, really busy, but I'm still collecting and I still co-host the podcast Dialogue Alley with Melanie and Eric. And we have so much fun. Peter's on there quite a bit too, because we're also the official podcast of the Potter Collector, which is really fun. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well this, first couple days of 2025, which is so weird to say. I can't believe we're already here. But we are. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys some of the books that came out in Harry Potter. I wanted to show you guys some of the books that came out in 2024. And there was a lot. If you're a translation collector like myself, or, if you collect Harry Potter cover art, which I also do, there was a whole lot of wonderful stuff that came out. We saw some, other languages using, cover art that had previously only been found on one language, and now other languages are using it. We saw unique cover art. We just had a lot of really neat stuff. So anyway, without further ado, here are some of the Harry Potter books that came out in 2024. And these are in no particular order. It's just kind of what I'm grabbing and putting in front of me to talk about at the time. All right. Modern Greek put out some new Harry Potter books, and they're fabulous. These actually aren't unique cover art. The cover art first appeared on the French books, which were published in 2023 by Gallimard Jeunesse. They're the small little pocket editions. I have those over there too. But the Greek publisher decided they too needed to use this wonderful cover art by Stefan Fehr. And I think it's wonderful. I didn't know about this artist until I saw the Harry Potter cover art, but I really do like his illustration style. But I love art of all kinds, so I'm a pretty easy sell on art. But I really, really enjoy what he did here. And what was really fun is the Greek publishers edged the books. So all 7 books have different colored edges, and edges were kind of something that we started to see a lot of last year, and we'll talk about that more as the video goes on. But anyway, here are the newest Modern Greek editions. We have book 1. I really enjoy, this is raised. I like how the publisher raised the font here. I really do like this style of art. I don't know quite what to call it, so I'm not going to do that, but I really like it. I like the color palette. I like the spine. You can easily identify what book it is by the logo here. I know it's Greek. And I like how there's like a little mini image on the spine here. And there's the backside. I feel like the backsides don't get talked about a lot because sometimes the backside has some other unique art. Not the case so much here. It's just zoomed in from the front cover, but sometimes they do. But like I said, the edges are really pretty spectacular. And that, to me, sets this apart. I don't know of a Greek edition that has edged any of their books. So this is the first Harry Potter Greek edition that I'm aware of that has edges. And then here's book 2. I love the color palette here, but blue and green are my favorite colors. So that's easy. And I love the edges. You'll see some spotting on them. That's how they came from the publisher. I wish they would have been a little bit more thorough in edging them, but, I really do like them. And book 3, book 3, Azkaban, you see associated a lot with purple. And of course, the first edition by Bloomsbury had purple with the Cliff Wright cover art. So I like the idea of purple being carried out differently, right? So anyway, and I love that color blue. It's really interesting. And I don't know that it translates very well on camera. The lighting in my little book room is not the best. But it's kind of a gray blue on the edges. And I think it fits the purple really, really well, especially because it matches right here. It carries everything very well. Book 4, Yellow Edges, which I think fits for Goblet of Fire. I really like it. I think this is one of my favorite covers. I like all the different colors going on. I love the scene, the dragon going on, or the dragon in the background. I really enjoy how this one carried out. Book 5. And of course it starts to get darker here. I like how the darker is carried out with the darker blues, the black of the spine. We have a bright red. This to me just feels like a very dynamic cover for the book, which there's a lot going on in the book. There was so much going on in the book. And I like the big phoenix carried across through there. I think that's very well done. And book 6. I love the purple mixed in with the fire hues, or the different color yellow for the fire, and purple on the edges as well. And again, I wish they would have been a little bit more thorough here, but it's still really, really nice. And the back. And the last book, I really like it. I like the eyes here. I love the tones. I love how they've done the juxtaposition of the colors here. I really enjoy it. It feels very menacing to me, even with the bright pink, which I feel like just kind of brings out kind of what's going on in the book. And we have bright pink edges. So I'm a big fan of the new Greek books. I think they're great. You can still buy them at the publisher, and that's exactly what I did. I bought them from the publisher and just had them shipped right over to me in the US. And shipping was a little bit expensive, but I mean, shipping's always a little bit expensive. And if you're going to collect translations from all over the world, you just kind of have to count on shipping being a thing that you have to plan for. But it really wasn't too bad. So anyway, I'll put the link for the publisher down below should you want to buy them. And you can buy them individually as well. You don't have to buy them all together like I did. I just really wanted a full set because 1, I like full sets. And 2, I love this cover art. I really love this cover art. I like it on the French books. I love it on the Greek books. I like a bigger image, and the French books are just a little bit smaller. Also, I'm a sucker for sprayed edges, so I had to get them. It's like I said, I don't know of any other Harry Potter Greek books that have done that, and it's just now becoming a thing with Harry Potter books around the world to have sprayed edges. You're starting to see more of them. We'll talk about them, like I said, more as the video goes on. And I apologize, my book room is big enough for my books. It's not really big enough to do anything else, so I apologize. I'm kind of all crammed in here. Anyway, another edition that came out, the Finnish produced an edition late 2024. I don't know if it's in pre-order yet or if you can actually buy them. I think they're actually out to buy though. I haven't actually looked, but either way, a new Finnish edition is coming our direction from Tammy, the publisher. And they're using Ollie Moss covers. These covers were originally only found on the Swedish 20th anniversary books. Only found there. I don't have these Finnish books yet. I'm still on the fence about whether or not I'm going to buy them because I already have these covers in the Swedish edition, the 20th anniversary edition, which is where they were originally shown. So I'm on the fence. I may just buy book 1 and call it good. But anyway, they use the Ollie Moss covers. Like I said, Ollie Moss has several different covers that you'll see. There's one that's pretty ubiquitous. You can find them in China and Brazil and France. Several other countries have these cover art. And Greek even has them, going back to modern Greek. They're not super easy to find in modern Greek, but they're there. These, like I said, these are the Ollie Moss covers. I think they were first posters. Sweden adapt them for their 20th anniversary editions, and I really like them. So book 1, book 2, book 3, and yeah, this is 4. And 5 is the back. There's 6 and 7. I don't know if the Finnish books are going to have the same back sides. I would assume that they would. I haven't seen them and I don't own them. I'm just showing you these as kind of an example of what Finnish has just produced. I really love these covers. I'll try to find the link for these from the publisher, and I'll put them down below in case you want to buy one or all of them. I'm still on the fence here, but you know, if you want to buy them, and I think everyone should have an example of this cover art if you collect Harry Potter covers and or translations. I'm just on the fence because I've already got a wonderful representation of the cover art here. So we'll see. Anyway, I'll put the link down below. All right, moving on. I don't actually own this set either, but the Italian publisher released an edition box set of these guys. This is the 20th anniversary tie by illustrated by Polar Arch, and the Italian publisher also released, it looks like almost a doppelganger of this box set. I know Brazilian Portuguese, they also released a box set, but it was like a pared down box. The box set from the Italian publisher, just from the pictures I've seen, looks to be very similar to this one. This one's pretty, it's quite a box. It's got magnetic clasps and it unfolds into different scenes. I don't really have space here to show you very well. But I did a video on the 20th anniversary box set, so I'll just link it down below. I can show you there, but much easier than trying to open it here and possibly wrinkling things. But I think the Italian publisher did a very similar thing here as far as like having a big fancy box. And I want to say they're also hardcovers. And this art, you guys, is just always some of my favorites. I can't talk about Harry Potter art without mentioning these books. I think they're phenomenal. And the box set is phenomenal. The 20th anniversary tie, which is the first language that Polar Arch's cover art appeared in, and you can find it in Finnish too. Polar Arch's cover art was then adapted into Finnish pretty quickly after the tie announced it. But the 20th anniversary tie books themselves, the hardcovers, are just really cool. They're really nice hardback books anyway, and I like the foiling here. It's not raised, but it is pretty. Anyway, you can buy these if you want an example of this cover art. And the tie box set now, the 20th anniversary tie box set, can sell for anywhere. I've seen it sell between $300 and $400. So if you want an example of this cover art and don't want to pay that, I believe you can get the newly released Italian box set with the same cover art for whatever the price of the new box set costs, which I think is much less. So anyway, here's book one. Isn't it lovely? I just love it. I really like his adaptations of the Potterverse here. And book two, I'm not a big spider person. In fact, I'm very comedically arachnophobic, but I really do like how he included the elements here. I love the Ford Anglia in this one too. I also like how each of the books has like a figure that's very prominent in the series, kind of highlighted on the back. And book three, and I love the color palettes. I love how that is so silvery next to all the dark. I think the colors are stunning here. So stunning. Oh, yeah. I love this guy's work anyway. From even not just Harry Potter, his work is spectacular. 4. It just makes me smile. 5. I love this color used. You don't see it a lot in Harry Potter stuff. 6. I love this book 6. This may be my favorite book 6 cover out of all the Harry Potter book 6 covers to date. I love all of it. I'm running out of room. And 7. So anyway, I will try to find the link for this Italian set. hopefully from the publisher, and I'll put it down below as well. So, and if nothing else, I'll look for it on like Amazon, Italy, or something like that. And I'll include it down below. So if you want to own this cover art, but you don't want to pay the price for the 20th anniversary tie, you can buy it that way. Also, the box came with these little cards with the cover that's on the cover, like individual cards. You see that in some of the box sets. I included it in my video of the 20th anniversary tie box sets. I won't show them here. I don't know if those are going to be in the new Italian box set or not. So anyway, if you buy it, let me know. So the Slovak books also re-released, and they released with the same covers as the 20th anniversary Slovak by Adrian Macho, who does fabulous work as well. I swear, you guys, the illustrators within the Harry Potter universe from all the different translations, they are just incredible. Like, I love the art. I love art anyway. But I love the artwork that can be found on the Harry Potter books around the world. But anyway, they re-released with slight variations. If you have the 20th anniversary box set like I do, it's really a personal call on whether or not you would want to buy the new re-releases. I will post pictures of what they've done. Essentially what they did though is they rounded the spines. So instead of having them squared off like this, they rounded them. And they also sprayed the edges. These, of course, aren't sprayed. They're white. But they sprayed the edges all different colors. And I'll include photos so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm really torn on whether or not I want to buy these. But I really can't justify having another set with sprayed edges and rounded spines. I love the cover art. I can't justify having two sets at this time. But, you know, I'll include links from where to buy the sprayed edged books if you're so inclined. Blah, it's a mouthful to get out apparently. But anyway, without further ado, here are the books. Here's book 1. And I love his cover art here too. I'm going to say that about so many of these, so I apologize. And his Hagrid's one of my favorites. Another one of the reasons why I'm not interested in selling these is I love the box that they came in, and I don't know if there's a box set of the re-releases with the sprayed edges, but also mine are signed by the illustrator, and that's kind of special to me. And all 7 of them are signed by the illustrator, so I plan on keeping the 20th anniversary box set for now, and just living vicariously from my collector friends who get the sprayed edged ones. And this is book 2. I love his Dobby. Adrian Macho's Dobby is one of my favorites. Book 3. This is one of my favorite Azkaban covers from all the Azkaban covers to date. I love pumpkins. It is almost to a comical level how much I love pumpkins. So I love that they're included on the cover here. I know it's a darker scene going on, but I love the pumpkins. Adrian Macho's cover art from book 5 is probably my favorite cover art of all the book 5s as well. I love that he picked this moment. It's not one you usually see depicted on the covers. And there's the backside. I love the book 6 too. I love Adrian Macho's cover art. It's just phenomenal. And there's the backside. I love his Dumbledore. And book 7. I love this book 7 too. I love how dynamic this cover is. There's so much going on here in the cover. And there's the back again. These are just they're such wonderful books. And I think if you collect Harry Potter translations and or cover art, I also think these are covers that you should have. Moving right along, Scholastic also released a new book this year, and it's almost comical if you've listened to the podcast. We've talked about it a little bit on the podcast. So this cover right here was Scholastic's idea for the 25th anniversary of Harry Potter. They just kind of added gold foiling edges. It's pretty. It's not what I would say 25th anniversary pretty, but it's pretty. Also the spine, it's a different spine. The spine creates one solid image of another piece by Mary Grand Pré. It's pretty. It's pretty. I don't know that I would have picked it to be a 25th anniversary piece, but that's what they did. The 25th anniversaries, though, were released in 2023. But they reissued this same book. This is literally what they did for the 20th anniversary edition. This is my 20th anniversary edition. And it's blank white edges, nothing spectacular. But they re-released it with really neat sprayed edges. And they're actually going to put out a box set where every book will have a different sprayed edge. So it'll have the same cover art that they did for the 20th anniversary edition, where everyone just has gold foiling around it. I am so excited about this book. This is what they should have done for their 25th anniversary book, in my opinion. But it was just very disappointingly done. So I feel like they reissued these as kind of like an I'm sorry book. I wish this was a hardcover. That would have been nicer, but you know, whatever. And excitingly, European Portuguese released a new edition. They're published by Editorial Presença. And they have, up until now, really, with the exception of the first two books, they have always used, you know, well-known Harry Potter cover art. With the first two books, they issued books 1 and book 2 with unique cover art, and then they went into the Mary Grand-Pré cover art. Mary Grand-Pré is, of course, the illustrator for the US books. And then they have like a Kazu Kibuishi, and they have some other editions with other cover art, but it's not unique art. This is unique art, and I'm so excited. I think it is so well done. The pictures of it don't really do the books justice, or do the art justice, if I'm being honest. And the spine, like what we've seen with some of the others, the edges of the spine make one giant image. And the illustrator for these guys is Mario Bellam, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, and I apologize, but his work is also very good, and I'll put links to his stuff down below too, and I'll put links where you can buy the new European Portuguese books down below as well. They're a little bit pricey. I got these through a group order on the Discord that I have with the podcast, but that didn't make it that much cheaper. They're just a little bit more on the expensive side of things for books, but they came directly from the publisher, so they're the cost of a new book. They're just on the higher end of things. But anyway, this is book 1, and I really like how much is going on. When I first saw pictures of it, I was kind of on the fence, but I really like them. And there's the spine. I love the green. I'm a sucker for green, though, as you know. But I love the green. I love the teal blue-green here in this cover. And 6, I love the colors used. Purple is not necessarily my favorite color, but I really like it here. I like all the different shades. And 7. So the scene on the spine, when all put together, in case you couldn't tell, it's a Quidditch scene, which is great. I don't feel like we get enough of those in Harry Potter book art. But I also really enjoy how the covers are busy, but the layout is somewhat the same. We have, you know, Harry's glasses next to the sticker. We have a spell, and we have moments from the books that are laid out somewhat similarly. So there's cohesion as well as difference. And I think that is just so brilliant. I really enjoy how the illustrator Mario Bellam, whose name I'm probably mispronouncing and I apologize, I really like how he did something so cohesive yet so independent. And like I said, there's the way he did the spine images. It's one giant cohesive image. You can buy a book 1 or book 2 or whatever it is if you just want a book from the series with this cover art, but not necessarily all 7. You can buy one and it doesn't feel like it's a part of a box set that was parted out, if that makes sense. And you get that sometimes with some of the other stuff, like, for example, going back to the 20th or 25th anniversary US books, the image here, it's colors, but you don't know what it makes. You have to see it all strung together to realize it's a cohesive image. Whereas the illustrator here with the EU Portuguese was very thoughtful of that, and I appreciate that. Excitingly, we have the Yiddish Chamber of Secrets that came out in 2024. I have been so excited for this. I don't read or speak Yiddish, but I love that the book exists in Yiddish. You can buy book 1 as well from the same publisher, Olniansky Text. It's by the same translator, Arun. He does wonderful work. He's a great person, and I'm so thrilled to be able to not only support a project that he's a part of, but also this language. I also really like the cover art that's used. It is the Johnny Duddle cover art that first was produced on the Bloomsbury 2014, I think. I could be wrong. It could be 13, but I think it's 14. That box set, and you can also buy them in soft cover. The Johnny Duddle cover art's pretty common throughout the Harry Potter translations, but I like their rendition of it, if that makes sense. I like the deep colors. I like the gold foiling up here, and the stars on the back, and I just think it's a really great interpretation of the original cover art by Johnny Duddle. So I'm super excited that book came out. I pre-ordered mine as fast as I could. The Spanish cover art, for the most part, has not been one that I have really enjoyed. I did like their house cover art books, or the house edition, rather, books. I thought they did a good job there. I actually have all 4 of the different houses in the Spanish translation. I thought they did a good job with those, but nothing overly stunning until. The illustrator of these, I believe, is Xavier Bonnet. I'll put the link for this artist stuff down below as well. But these are the hardcover editions. They're soft cover as well, and I've been told the soft covers have slightly different Spanish text blocks in them. I really love the hardcovers. They're really big. For a comparison, here's the Yiddish. They're really tall, and they're not super thin. Like, this is book 1, and I actually really enjoy this kind of cartoonish version of Harry Potter cover art. And I love the spines and the back. I really enjoy it. So I'm hoping for, if they have a box set of these, I'm probably going to buy the box set and sell the books that I've bought independently. Because I really do like the art that much here. And the size of the books. I think they're just a well-crafted book. So I'm really thrilled for these new Spanish books. They're up to book 3 now. I believe book 4 is coming out soon, but I could be wrong. And this is book 2. And these I just bought off of Amazon Spain and just paid shipping from Spain over to here. Nothing spectacular. And book 3. I love the Night Bus. This reminds me so much of, like, the Lego Night Bus. I know that probably sounds weird because night buses all look similar. It's the Night Bus. But this just reminds me so much of the Lego Night Bus when I look at mine straight on. I don't know. Maybe that's weird. And the backside. But Salamandra, who is the Spanish publisher, has been doing a lot of really great stuff with the newer Harry Potter books that they're putting out. Their 25th anniversary Harry Potter book that they released of book 1 was spectacular. And I feel like it definitely served as inspiration for these 3 here. And I love the spines together. I mean, that's phenomenal. On a shelf, wow. And this is the 25th anniversary Spanish book. This came out in 23, so I know it's the wrong year, but it definitely inspired the size that they're doing of the books now and the way that they're doing their covers. Also, sprayed edges. It's harder to see, but they're lavender and so pretty. Anyway, I will put the links to buy these down below as well. And like I said, I just found them on Amazon Spain. Nothing here I had to search super duper hard for. I went to publishers or big stores within the country who would ship to me in the States. So fairly easy to get. And shipping wasn't, you know, super terrible. When I'm trying to buy translations, I try to go to bigger stores because they tend to get a shipping discount, which they'll usually pass on to the customer. Like if I can, I'll shop at Amazon, pick a country, with few exceptions because a few Amazons don't ship to the States. But that's just one of my little tricks for keeping shipping costs down. Anyway, so that's some of the books that we've had released in 2024. I'm so excited for what 2025 has coming our way. I personally would love to see Harry Potter translated into more languages. I'm not even really picky about which ones. I would just love to see more. With that, I think I'm going to say, you know, thanks for watching. Y'all are magical. I plan on doing this more regularly. And I've started to really figure out how I can carve out time to do that. I do co-host a podcast with Melanie and Eric, and sometimes Peter's on with us. Dialogue Alley Podcast. I'll put the links for that down below too. If you have any questions about collecting Harry Potter, don't hesitate to ask, and I will happily answer when I can. So with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Stay magical and happy collecting.